Good morning, viewers. Good morning, world. Good morning, future. I'm coming to you live from 2021 in South Florida, America. So if this video lasts for as long as digital media allows it, check it out. I'm giving a prediction from 2021. So hello, future. Hello, 3021. All right, let's go 1,000 years in the future. Okay, anyway, the question has been posed to me as a futurist, right? As a science fiction writer, as whatever experiences of a black man in America got me to be middle-aged, 53 years old, and a science fiction writer. I majored in African studies. I'm a self-proclaimed member of the conscious community, Pan-Africanist, Hotep, whatever the heck you want to call it. So I'll footnote all of that. Whatever bias you want to put to that, I'll own the bias. I'm an only child, full-blood African-American on both sides. My family even owns the property that we were enslaved on. How about that, okay? So next, here we go. What is the future of America? Here we stand 2 days before the inauguration, the actual birthday observation day for the new founding father, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who proposed integration. He dreamed of a day where black kids and white kids would play together. And that day has come. I had my first best friend was a white kid. So go ahead, Dr. King, okay? He didn't die in vain. Next, so that's the day that I'm on, right? So the question is, what is the future of America? Where do I see it going? I'm going to try to condense this in 13 minutes, but I wanted to provide that context because, you know, I have a layered answer, and I didn't write it down, so I'm going to ramble a little, but it's going to come off real homey. We just came on the heels of Donald Trump's presidency, and we're going into a Biden, a white man, and a black woman presidency, right? He's the president, she will be the vice president. He will be the president, and she will be the vice president. And what happened in the Donald Trump presidency was a big reaction to Barack Obama's 8 years as president and Joe Biden vice presidency, right? So Trump put out this term that started to come around at the time a little bit before Barack Obama, okay? It wasn't around in 2001 with 9/11, you know, when we had the 9/11 attacks. But if you look back on it, the foundation for fake news as a term was being laid. Fake news is news that not only isn't correct, but comes with a overloaded bias. And I say that because, there's a variety of perspectives, right? If you have a car accident, he hit me, she hit me. They hit each other. It's three perspectives. The one car has, another car, and then the third bystander. And in the world, there's every culture. There's a multitude of perspectives. Every culture has an opinion of what happened at the United States Capitol. You know, you have the opinion of the MAGA supporters. We are trying to save the country. You have the opinion of the liberals. These people are not patriotic. You have the opinion of black people like Minister Farrakhan and myself, like, yo, white people is crazy. You know, there's a sense of entitlement. You have the non-conscious, since it's a different form of conscious community. The NAACP, I'm wearing this shirt, happens to be going to a Martin Luther King bike ride. So the NAACP, the Roland Martins, you know, the various black commentators, this wouldn't have happened if it was the Black Panthers. If it was Black Lives Matter, they would have shot him down. So you had all these different perspectives. I don't know what Mexican Americans was thinking. I don't know what Latino Americans was thinking. I don't know what Chinese or Russian, or all of the different perspectives. But there's so many different perspectives, right? So fake news falls somewhere in the midst of all of that, right? Because you have the radical right, QAnon, 700 Club, and all of that. But, fake news falls somewhere in that because it may be the perspective of somebody. It's just so extreme. You're like, how the hell, like I have a friend that's a Trump supporter. It was QAnon. I mean, it was a QAnon. They said it was Black Lives Matter and Antifa that stormed the White House. Okay, I'm pretty sure there might have been somebody from Black Lives Matter there, but they were probably there as an observer because that one person doesn't make it a Black Lives Matter. Or that 5 people. It could be 10 Black Lives Matter people where there's been counter-protesters at every protest. Even though Black Lives Matter isn't known for doing counter-protesting, Antifa is, and some of those people may wear Black Lives Matter shirts. So, but their perspective makes it, they frame it totally different. And I think that's what fake news is. And we're in this post-fake news era. Like, for instance, Columbus discovered America. That to me is fake news. Even if you're from Spain and you didn't know America existed and he just brought it to your damn attention and proved the fact, it doesn't make fake news. I mean, it doesn't make that a legitimate perspective because factually the land was there. Factually there were people on it. You understand what I'm saying? So to use the term discovered is bullshit crap, right? So fake news is like that, right? Columbus discovered America is fake news. Maybe a white Jesus is fake news, okay? But we won't get into that. But just to show you, like, black people have been dealing with fake news for a long time. I posted today on my Facebook account that if something happens to Joe Biden, Pence, Nancy Pelosi, right? Maybe everybody except for maybe Kamala Harris, right? And maybe even her, right? Violently or whatever the hell. It will be a case of chickens comes home to roost. And why do I say that? Well, why did Malcolm X say it? And why is the saying said in the first place? And what the hell does it mean? Well, in the George Floyd protests of 2020 and all this stuff going on, ever since I joined the protest for for police brutality, we've told people in the government, the media, and everybody that there were white supremacists in the police department. Ever since Bull Connor, we've known that there have been white supremacists and racists in the police department. Carol Taylor came out with a racial quotient test to determine your level of racism, and even if that was a beta test, they didn't, give it legs to see if they could improve on it. Nothing is right, really. Nothing is perfect, period. But perfection is achieved. So you have to go and move along. So now we have people that get fired for making posts and really saying some wild stuff, but we should have been able to test them or do something and put them in some scenarios, the Kobayashi Maru of racism, to determine what these people have in their heads and what how much Karen they have in them, those Karens. Everybody got a little Karen in them, white people potentially, right? We think. We want to just see what their level of Karenness is. And because their level of Karenness can destroy the government, as we see, make things very hard. So where do I think we're going? Okay, my previous post talked about integration and utopianism as a world. I think we're turning a corner from Dr. King's dream to damn near Elijah Muhammad's dream, if he had one, right? I do think America and integration is going to win out. I think America's browning is going to continue, and it will brown. And it will continue to brown and continue to accept this diversity. I think the paranoid, feared white supremacists who are scared of white genetic annihilation will be ignored and grow out of their immaturity, whether some of them have to die from it and they got terminal cases or not, they will grow out of it. And just like with the fear they had of black science fiction or diversity in comic books, it's acceptable now. You know, my gosh, what did I just see? There was a comic book movie that was so beautifully diverse. I mean, shoot, I just saw Bridgerton, and there was a diverse Europe, and it's probably one of the best. Shout outs to Shonda Rhimes, but it's one of the best medieval, and even I don't know if the 1740 was medieval, but the medieval stories of Europe I've ever seen, and it was fully multicultural. We saw Doctor Who was multiculturalized, and that was multicultural light, but they still had other cultures represented. Shout out to the Indian girl, who I thought was the best looking one on the show. But yeah, so that's where we are. You know, it's not just Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? It's H.P. Lovecraft. They took back H.P. Lovecraft's racist imaginations of the future, and you know, diversity is embraced now. Visual diversity. Now we have to just explore some more of what Octavia Butler was bringing to the story and or to the table, and that is the diversity of thought. She did it from a black feminist perspective, but that's definitely a new and different perspective, and she was ahead of her time. So that's the next step. So I see us moving towards that Demolition Man future. I'm an optimist, but that doesn't mean I invented optimism. Optimistic future is there, whether I subscribe to it or not. But I do think we're turning the corner. This is a purge of white racists. These are a purge of the white supremacist fear, because you know, fear doesn't only last up until you turn the lights on. And now you can see, oh, there's nothing under the bed, Johnny. Now, some Johnnies are going to be so scared that even when you turn the light on, they're still going to be scared of shit that ain't, things that aren't there, ghosts that aren't there, okay? So there's going to be residual fear. It may even continue to ignoring the truth and being have a cognitive dissonance where you say, look under there's nothing there. And that's what a lot of the Trump supporters or MAGA people were running with was, you know, they were scared of what Barack Obama would do. And even after 8 years of him not doing really anything to kill them or eliminate them, and so minimal things for black people that even black people said he didn't do nothing for black people, they still are scared of what a black president would do, even when they had one. So they're scared of what Kamala will do. They're scared of the liberal agenda, all of this stuff. You know, they're scared of the liberal agenda because they think, you know, the borders are going to allow all these Mexicans to come in and they're going to be the white minority. Well, guess what, people? You are the damn white minority on the planet, and ain't no black nation ever tried to exterminate you. And that's real. We got 70 black nations. Ain't none of them ever, even when they had the power. Take Hannibal. All these black people was black settlers that helped the Vikings get started. They ain't kill the white people. So I don't know where they get this fear that we will try to exterminate them. Sure, yes, you're genetically recessive. Okay, God dog, everything. There's you know, a lot of things are recessive. You know what I'm saying? But they're still around. And so white people will still be around. Okay? But at the end of the day, you know, their fear will come to a conclusion as the lights start getting flicked on, and they won't have a leg to stand on. Joe Scarborough said it on the show of what they were scared of, and I just think that's the end of it. So I think that I don't know who will be the next president. I hope Joe Biden lives and runs for a second term and deals with us in this stabilized time period. There may be some uprisings. I've been one to bark at the New World Order and Illuminati and saying that they're not a perfect machine. And if the Illuminati is storming the Capitol, they definitely failed. I think this virus will get a vaccine, and I think it will get behind us. It's beautiful, in a way that it's happening and causing us to be in a quarantine. Unfortunately, so many of my friends and myself, we've been affected by it, but our children aren't. My son doesn't have no anything. So the future is stable. If we ever had a virus that was destroying children and younger people, that's the one you need to worry about. Killing older people, we're going to die anyway. As long as the future's there, we'll be alive. And I say that with myself included because I'm middle-aged, and I'm losing people older and younger than me, all right? So anyway, that's just how I feel. I don't know if I fully answered the question. This is a long answer, but I am into this video. I'm at 16 minutes, so I want to say deuces. And America, we ain't gonna have no race war. That's not gonna happen. We may have some little uprisings. Who knows? And I'll speculate about some more stuff. Maybe that's what I'll do. Speculate about, if Texas succeeds and all of the little small things that may happen. All right? Touch base with you later. Peace. Happy Martin Luther King Day. And let's say a blessing to all the people that we've lost in this pandemic. Peace.